And go.
So today, welcome to the top of New York City. Not the very top, but we're pretty high up right now. We're above our shop in Midtown.
To the right of us is the Empire State Building.
The Empire State Building's up here. We'll cut
keep
to
telling everyone.
We'll cut to some side shots around here, but I think, Mike, we had a couple like random questions, or like the questions we get asked the most, right?
Yeah, like the last one of the episodes we did a questionnaire, or people had a bunch of questions. We picked a couple of them, and I think there was still a couple more that we wanted to go over, because there was, the customers keep asking certain things, and we just want to go over what the answers are to them.
Okay,
so
cool.
So let's go. We have about 3 of them right here. So the first one is, how is it possible for us to have the pricing that we do? So
this kind of goes back to our leather episode. The pricing. So the down and dirty in the leather industry is we are a very large factory, and we have to buy a certain amount of leather from the butchers that we partner with to get the pricing that we do. The real nuts and bolts of it is we have to outbid our competition. So sometimes we tell the butcher, oh, we're going to need this, like, ballpark figure, 1 million hides next season. Mm-hmm. And so that butcher is like already got in his head that he's going to have to, have 1 million hides ready. And if we go back to the butcher and say, oh, we only need 700,000, then the pricing is going to jack up. So we get the pricing when we put a bid in advance on it. So that's how we get a competitive advantage over other jacket manufacturers. So it's really cutthroat. So we have to, like, for instance, if we're going to get 1 million hides, and it's getting down to 5 or 6 weeks away from that hide delivery, and we haven't got to that certain amount, then you're going to see an aggressive sale. Because we want to get the best selection to make our jackets with. We don't want to lose out on that bid and have to get stuck with second selection of hides, and then our jacket quality is going to go down. The stitching and the internal and the zippers are going to be there, but the finished hide, we're not going to get the best cows to pick from. So that's kind of really the nuts and bolts on how this pricing is what it is, like, especially today.
So that answer was felt very top secret. I don't know if we were supposed to do that, but
that's what it is. That's what it is.
That's some Area 51 stuff right there. I gotta tell you. Wow. All right, let's go.
What else we got?
Let's go to the next one.
What else we got?
What makes our factory different than others?
Well, like, that kind of goes with the hides. We need to produce a certain amount of hides, so our factory is all combined. We're not buying hides from another tannery and then hoping they deliver what we need so we can cut and stitch it together. We're actually, we've got scientists that work in our lab. They are developing all the mixtures to tan all the leather. We get hides directly from a butcher. We have to take off the hair. We have to take off the fat. We do the whole process. So it's a completely vertical unit. The only thing we're not doing is feeding cows ourselves. We work with butchers all over the world. Sometimes we get cows from Brazil, sometimes they're in Asia, sometimes they're in Africa, sometimes they're in New Zealand. They're all over the place. So we finish the hides completely. After they're finished, they go to our cut room. We have patterns for everything. So at the end of the day, if it's fully vertical and we own all the processes there, we can keep the pricing down. We're not having to ship it somewhere else to get cut, take it somewhere else to get sewn together. So that's what kind of other guys in the motorcycle world, they're buying hides from other places. Sometimes they're buying hides that are already cut into the pattern and they're stitching them. Yeah. So that price goes up from there. There's other jacket companies, other big brands here that have a premium price on their goods, but it's because materials came from China, something else came from here, something else came from here. It got sewn together in Bangladesh. It got shipped over to the U.S. to a holding facility, then it gets sent out to different distribution hubs. So by the time the jacket is finished and in the store, it's already been shipped 7 times. So you're gonna, end user's gonna pay for that shipping, when with us, it comes directly from our factory here to New York, and we've only shipped it once. So we don't have to keep jacking up the price to pay for shipping.
That's a very good answer. All right, let's go to the third one. The last one we have here is, what does our lifetime warranty cover? That's a question we get all
the time. Yeah. What can I get fixed? A lot of times, can kind of dive deep into this. A lot of times, it's a simple fix, and some people don't want to ship their jacket or vest from California all the way to us to get a snap fixed. When I get somebody on the phone like that, or they're DMing on our social media, I normally just say, listen, go to your local boot repair shop. They can throw another snap in there, and then you're off and going 15 minutes later. You don't have to wait a week to ship it back and forth. But we do cover everything. We buy all of our zippers from YKK. They give us a lifetime warranty. We give that to you guys. I've only ever seen a handful of zippers in the past 10 years that we've had to fully replace. But yeah, you can send your jacket back for that. You can send your jacket back if the stitching breaks and you want Miss Rosa to come throw another stitch in it. We do all that for free. All you got to do.
Shout out to Mama Rosa.
Yeah, Rosa takes care of everybody. We take care of all that. The only downtime you're going to have is shipping it to us. We're going to ship it back. A lot of guys can't send their stuff back because they do have full patches on it, and it can't be out of their sight. Sometimes when you send in a picture and it's really blown apart, and I know we can fix it here, and you can't send it in because it's got patches on it, sometimes I'll just say, listen, take it to your local repair shop, send me a picture of the receipt. Normally it's $8 or whatever, and then we'll give you a credit for $8.
Yeah.
And move on with that.
I think another one we get asked is when the coloring of the leather. That's the whole.
That's a big one too. Yeah. We can kind of make a side turn on that one.
Yeah.
Your leather, there is an amount of fat liquor in the leather. It will stay black for a long time. We do put a UV protectant in our tanning solutions, but over time it's going to fade. Me personally, I want my vest to fade because it shows that I've been out riding in it. Yeah. I'm not showing up looking like a new guy every single place I go. I want it to get beat up and scratched and whatnot. Some people do want it nice and shiny forever. You can keep it shiny forever. Using some leather balms and other protectants like that, but most people just want it to look like an old motorcycle vest.
Because you got stories to tell.
Yeah. I mean, every trip it's going to get a new scar on it. You're going to add a different patch to it from some rally you went to. It'll discolor. It will discolor. It's leather. It's like human skin. You're going to get a tan if you're out in the sun. It's going to get burnt. Zippers, stitching, the leather's gonna fade a little bit, and then I'm trying to remember a couple other things that we get that need to be repaired from time to time. I think the best one that we had was when I first started here. A guy had his vest for like 17 years, and he had patches from everywhere on it. And he'd send it in for repair once because when we open it up, we make a mark in it to show that it's been repaired by us. So we opened it up. And you can tell the guy had, gotten bigger. And I told him if we put it together the same way, he's probably going to bust the stitches again, and then there would be no leather left to punch more holes to sew it together. Wow. And it was a Western vest that every old dude's got, and we still made it. So I said, listen, let me cut off all your patches, and we'll sew them back on in the same spot. If we still make this vest, we'll give you a brand new vest. And he was just blown away that after 17 years, that's what we did for him. Because at the end of the day, that's just a wash for us. We want the guy to be happy. He's going to tell 20 of his friends that's the kind of lifetime warranty we had. And Miss Rosa, I think it was 40 or 50 patches that were on the thing. And she spent a couple days putting that back together. I took a picture of it before we did it, so we knew how to lay it out the same way. And the dude was stoked. So that's kind of what you can expect with, especially our motorcycle vests. We want to keep those things on the road for as long as possible.
Those are some more questions that we have. I would say as long as it's not someone else's jacket, because we've actually had people call. I got this jacket from this brand. Can you do something about it?
Yeah.
And
we just
I used to do the customer service, and I've also had those kinds of calls where I'm like, no, it's got to be our to get any kind of question.
Some people think that we're just like an overall leather repair place. We've even had people say like, hey, I ripped my motorcycle seat. Can you just put some of your leather in there? And we're just not. Rosa's not set up for that. There's other. I would say for that kind of stuff, go to your local shoe repair shop. 9 times out of 10, they will repair your leather jackets or your racing jackets or anything like that. So we stand behind our gear. So that's what we're set up to take care of here.
Okay.
Anything else random?
Not really. That covers basically this episode of Tuff. What was it?
Tough Stitch. Tough Stitch,
I almost said Tough Skin, but that can also go with.
They could go with the same
leather as
way.
well,
Yeah. So that kind of leaves us open. We'll keep this one short today, but any other questions you guys have, just leave us a comment. I mean, this is a new podcast for us, so give us some ideas. Take an extra 2 seconds and give us a thumbs up or whatever it is you're supposed to do out there. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you want us to talk about, and we'll leave you with some shots of Midtown Manhattan.
Yeah.